Good morning,
Good
everybody. Joey
morning.
here. Respect my region. We're back. Another episode of the Morning Joint podcast. This is episode 9. Today I've got my head editor of Respect My Region. She's not my editor. She is owned by absolutely nobody except for herself in moves and music and weed and all the things. I've got Hannah Gershowitz here in the building. How are you? Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing,
Apologies for
Joey?
that freestyled introduction. I will promise to do better. Fresh off of the news of the day, everybody, we've got a really great selection of content to cover, some really great news. I've got a whole new desk set up here, so shout out to my boy Nip. Shout out to Cannabis-Scapes. You guys didn't even know. Look, I got the new Nipsey Hustle marathon shoes, man. We out here coming
Wow.
in hotter than hot. I also got, of course, what y'all know about this? What you know about this? The Dwayne Wade Jeter collab. Woo! You weren't ready for
Damn.
that. You weren't ready for that one. And Hannah's gonna start it off today. We're gonna switch things up. She's got to get going out of here a little early, so I'm gonna take over after her. She's gonna bang out her first few things. So, good morning, everybody. Hannah, take it away.
Hello, everybody. Good morning if you're on the West Coast, or afternoon is creeping up on us over on the East Coast. Got some cannabis news for you guys today. Got some music news, festival news, some updates from our website and from elsewhere. So I'm going to get right into it. I want to start off with this New York potency tax. Definitely one of the more shocking stories coming out of, within this past week. So as some of you might know, uh, recreational cannabis is legal in New York as of, I believe, last year. But there's no retail system in place yet. They're still kind of working on that, and it's been a long process. So there's been some illegal dispensaries popping up that have been getting shut down, and all that stuff. But the news today is that New York potency tax could drive prices as high as $70 an eighth. So retail is not in place yet, but once it is, they're saying that it looks like with all the potency tax and all the other local taxes and sales taxes and all of that, that prices for an eighth of cannabis flower could be up to $70, which is absurd. Obviously, there's eighths of cannabis over in like California of like top shelf that's around $70 an eighth that may be worth paying that extra dollar for because it's at that quality. But here it sounds like even just normal eighths, like mids and just regular premium weed that isn't top of the line, looks like it's going to be a little more expensive than other places around the country. So let's see. This is saying that the state's sales tax rate is 9%. Localities can impose their own taxes as well. And then let's see. It's saying New York adult use cannabis law includes a potency tax, which, in addition to the state's sales and local taxes, could drive the price per eighth as high as $70. The law taxes distributors half a cent per milligram of the amount of total THC for flower, 0.8 of 1 cent per milligram for concentrates, and 3 cents per milligram of THC for edibles. So it's kind of a weird system they have in place there, but it sounds like it says it could raise the overall tax rate for flower as high as 30% or as much as 55% for edibles. So yeah, this is obviously absurd. Taxes are good for, benefiting the state and keeping kind of the system operating well. But when the taxes are this high, it's hard to find the benefits for every party. So hoping we see some changes there before those systems are put in place. But yeah, definitely keeping an eye out on that one because, obviously that'll be a huge market once it fully opens up. Next up, we have New Jersey right next door. Another place that has recreational cannabis legalized, but no retail system in place. So we've reported on this maybe once or twice in past Morning Joint episodes. So this has been an ongoing thing of the New Jersey governor saying marijuana sales are only weeks away. But things keep getting delayed. They keep saying weeks away. But as of Thursday of last week, the governor said they are weeks away. It's not going to be months, he says. So, they keep talking. We'll see. But New Jersey, keep an eye out. It looks like they've already started. Let's see. It looks like they've already approved some cultivators and manufacturers. But yeah, they're still working on it. So recreational cannabis is on its way in New Jersey and in New York, but not quite there. Next up, we have a new strain coming from Cookies Cannabis and Khalifa Kush. So two of some of the biggest cannabis brands over on the West Coast. Cookies is the biggest cannabis brand, arguably in the world. So Khalifa Kush, they're now I believe they're the exclusive manufacturer of Khalifa Kush now over in California. But Cookies and Khalifa Kush just teamed up to release baby powder. It's actually spelled BABBY, so like babby powder, but I assume they can't put baby in there. But this strain it has unknown lineage, but it is indoor grown and it sits around 33% THC. And it goes for around $60 an eighth pre-tax. It released about 10 days ago over in California at all Cookies locations. And let's see. Yeah, so as of January 2022, Cookies announced that they will be the exclusive home to Khalifa Kush. Now Khalifa Kush has made its highly anticipated debut in California, and you can also find it in Utah and Arizona, and soon in Florida and Michigan. So we covered this over on our website, so head over to Respect My Region if you want to learn more about the baby powder strain. It's definitely one of the more exciting newer strains on the market. You can check out some pictures of it too over on our website. Next up, we got so that's it for me for cannabis news. Next up, we have some festival news. EDC Las Vegas, one of our favorite festivals that our team has attended before, over in Vegas and in Orlando. I see a comment from Ace over from LinkedIn. Where's my powder? Yeah, the strain was actually named baby powder because of all the trichomes and all the keef that gives it that powder look. But yeah, back to EDC Las Vegas. So one of the more exciting EDM festivals. So taking place in Las Vegas. The lineup is always absolutely stacked. They quite literally never disappoint. Insomniac always books really like the majority of the top acts in EDM. It's kind of like the Rolling Loud for EDM. So let's see some of the more exciting names on this lineup that was just announced. Chris Lake, my favorite DJ, best house DJ out there, in my opinion. He'll be there. We got REZZ, who's super exciting, emerging DJ, or probably a little bit past emerging by now. Let's see, we got A-Craze, who's behind that Do It To It song. We got Timmy Trumpet. We got Subtronics. We got Cascade. We got Getter back-to-back Space Laces. We even got Grimes doing a DJ set. Cascade and Deadmau5 are performing there. I don't think it's an electronic act. I think they formed a band or something, it sounded like, from what I read on Twitter. But yeah, tickets are sold out for general admission, but there are some GA Plus and VIP tickets still available. So if you want to attend, you should secure your tickets ASAP because it's known for selling out. And it's definitely one of the best EDM events going on this year. So if you're looking for anything to attend, this is definitely up high on the list. Next up, we got another festival. This is a way smaller of a festival, but still an exciting lineup. We got Carnival's The Roll Up Earth Day Music Festival. So this festival is a 2-day celebration over in Northampton, Massachusetts. There will be around 50 performers showcasing their talents across 3 stages. Headlining Friday is Wiz Khalifa with support from Waka Flocka Flame, and then Trip Street, which is an emerging DJ. And then we got Saturday, we got Grizz headlining, and then we got supporting Method Man, Redman. We got Of the Trees and Recno, who we both featured on our Rising DJs list of 2021. So very exciting names on this lineup. Celebrate Your Earth Day over in Massachusetts. Single day passes are only $60 and they're still available. So if you're looking for something to do on Earth Day up north, check that out. Last up from me, we have rappers with alcohol brands and companies. And then later on, Joey's going to be going over rappers with weed lines. So rappers with alcohol lines, we got, first up, Post Malone with his Mason 9 wine. Next up, we got Young Thug with his Bel Air Lux Rose. Oh, Rosé, sorry. And then we have Jay-Z with Ace of Spades Champagne / sorry, I don't think I'm going to pronounce this right. Deuce, D-U-S-S-E, Deuce. And his champagne line is actually worth around $630 million. And then, let's see, he also owns half of the alcohol line Deuce, which is a cognac line with Bacardi. And this line is worth around $120 million. So yeah, Jay-Z's a billionaire for many, many reasons beyond music and cannabis and everything else. Of course, he's in the alcohol industry as well. Next up, we got Drake with his Virginia Black Whiskey, which sold over 30,000 cases in its first year, and it's still available today. Next up, we got Snoop Dogg, who is obviously very prominent in the cannabis industry, so you'll see him on our list later as well. But Snoop Dogg's got his own wine called Cali Red. Let's see. And it's partnered with the 19 Crimes Company, who's also a partner with Martha Stewart. Next up, we got Young I don't know. It must be Young M.A. I don't think it's Young Mom, but I apologize if that's incorrect. With her VSOP Cognac. So she's a Brooklyn rapper, very popular for her song Ooh. And yeah, it says it's available in Total Wine. She's the first official artist partner to collaborate with the Nyack Company. And it's the first cognac to be tailored to the African American community and hip hop culture. And it's in the top 10 of leading I hope I'm saying this right, cognacs. Yeah, I'm definitely butchering a lot of this. Okay, next up we got Nicki Minaj with her MYX Moscato, which is in partner with Mixed Fusions. And this actually has been around for almost a decade now. Next up, we have 50 Cent with his Branson Cognac. Let's see. He announced this line of alcohol after he sold his share of Effon for $60 million. Let's see. Developed in the central regions of France, 50 delivers another quality brand of alcohol from the finest vineyards in the region. Cool. Next up, we have Lil Wayne with his Bamboo Rum. So he partnered with Bamboo to put out a line of very rich rum that takes the flavor straight from the Caribbean, and I guess brings it over here to the United States. Let's see. Aromas of toffee, toasted oak, and vanilla. Last up, we have Diddy with his Ciroc. So you've probably seen DJ Khaled on his Snapchat story holding Ciroc, often on yachts, on jet skis, all that. Very popular brand over in the hip hop world. So the part owner of this liquor brand happens to be Diddy. So he went into business with them, and let's see, Diddy made the deal with Diageo for 50-50 share in profits, and Ciroc sales went up from 60,000 boxes to 169 boxes in just a year. So it looks like he's been benefiting the brand by being a part of it. Yeah, that's it for rappers with alcohol lines. This is over on our website if you're interested in reading more about these alcohol lines, these rappers, RespectMyRegion.com. And that is all I have for all of you today. I'm going to pass it over to Joey, who's going to cover some more cannabis news, cover some music news, and let you know about some recent Pacific Northwest hip-hop releases.
There we
Here he is.
go. All right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to start off with cannabis stuff first, and then we're going to run over to some music. All right. I've got 7 stories. Are you guys ready? Let's run it. Okay. So first things first. I'm going to bump Hannah out of here. Here we go. Okay, you guys. First things first. We've got the U.S. House will vote on the legal status of cannabis next week. So this is pretty exciting. We need cannabis to be descheduled, right? We need it to not be considered the same as heroin, the same as amphetamines, things like that. So we want to make sure that we get this descheduled. For over half a century, and this is a quote, for over half a century, marijuana prohibition has stood as the cornerstone of the cruel and inhumane drug war that has robbed millions of people of their freedom and their livelihoods. Director Maritza Perez said in a statement, the weight of which has disproportionately fallen on the backs of Blacks, Latinx, Indigenous, and low-income communities, who remain its #1 victims. So there's so many people that just don't understand that the war on drugs, they just refuse to believe that the war on drugs was really an attack on minority Americans, minorities across the world. And unfortunately, the way the country is set up, it's still set up to put those people in jail. It's still set up to make people feel afraid, to make people change their lifestyles and their habits. And so the fact that things are potentially changing and hopefully soon makes it an exciting time to be alive, just first and foremost. So hopefully we can get some changes there. We'll keep you guys updated next week, depending on how that goes. Coming out of Los Angeles, the group Secret SESH, who you guys might have heard of, recently released an NFT project. So this is exciting. It's really exciting because the world of NFTs is really, really exploding right now. And so there's a lot of opportunity for creatives to get into the space and OpenSea and MetaMask and all these different things, the metaverses, and start creating stuff. And so I definitely recommend you guys check out Secret SESH's new NFT project. We've been posting about it. There's a full article on our website. If you guys want, just Google Secret SESH NFT. And I think what's exciting about that is that there is real life utility. You will get access to their events. You get access to discounts and codes and cheaper weed at various dispensaries and delivery services across LA. So definitely encourage you guys, to just get involved, tap in. If you don't know a lot about NFTs, feel free to reach out, ask us, all the questions. We're happy to discuss. Rapper weed. All right, you guys. Who currently has rapper weed? And I'm excited to talk about this because I personally helped create this list a little bit. So we're going to dive in. Who do we got? Well, we know Cookies has one, right? So Burner and Cookies, right? Known for the brand The Lemonade, Collins Ave, Mints, Powers Up, Runs, Cookie CBD, and Grandiflora. So there's a lot there. Snoop Dogg has its own weed, released by Snoop. YG has its own weed, the YG OG. It dropped in 2011, but it's seen comeback. So big shout out to them for the comeback. Corrupt has his own weed. T Grizzly has his own weed in Detroit. For those of you that don't know, Grizzly Gas. The original Grizzly Gas, Marshmallow OG, White Run, Sheffield Gelato, and Eastside OG. So they got that compound genetics for him. Jay-Z has Monogram. It's overpriced and it's not that great. RIP Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle has the Marathon OG with the Cure Company. Run the Jewels has a collaboration with Cookies Company. They have the RTJ4, the Ooh La La strain. Mick Jenkins out of Washington State. Mick Jenkins is not from Washington State, but he has some weed in Washington State. The Healing Component is the brand. It's very exciting. Just the fact that Washington has rapper weed out there. Exhibit is here in Los Angeles, formerly from West Coast Customs and the Customization Cars. They did launch a grenade. They've launched a number of really, really unique products. Currently, they have a 2 gram pod of live resin that just takes bigger rips. It's crazy. Rick Ross has weed. He has the Collins Ave. He has pink rosé. He has lemon pepper. Those are all on point for Rick Ross. Wiz Khalifa just launched. Khalifa Kush has been in Nevada for 5 years, and now he has an exclusive partnership with True Leaf for Florida. Be Real has Dr. Green Thumb's dispensaries, as well as brands. He has the Insane OG, as well as the dispensary. So pretty cool. 2 Chainz now is part owner of Pineapple Express. He also has a cannabis brand called Gas. We've got to update this to make sure that Pineapple Express is listed, because it's not. Jim Jones also has weed. He has the Saucy brand, Capo, Saucy Farm and Extracts. It hasn't been super relevant this year, but it was super popping in 2019. Ice Cube has Friday Kush with Caviar Gold. I have a lot of respect for what Caviar Gold means to the community and the culture, but a lot of people in the weed industry have a big problem with Caviar Gold. And I know why. I'm not here to spread rumors, but it's just unfortunate that that's just how that works. Quavo from the Migos has Birkins, powered by Huncho Farms. And that's a Winner Circle Genetics collaboration. Riff Raff is partnered with Midzotics to release a strain called Ultraviolet Pirate, so that's pretty exciting. And then there's a brand called Trap Private Reserve, which is from the famous food truck out of Portland, Trap Kitchen. They partnered with the Biscuit Boys to create their own line of strains. So big shout out to them. Cool Nuts, Mikey Vegas, Flip Boy Mo. These guys are whipping up strains like they're biscuits and gravy. The Smokers Club, you guys might be familiar with them. Smokers Club, New York-based lifestyle brand with multiple lines of cannabis, founded by artists Johnny Shipe, Smoke Dizza, and Shice Bubs. The Smokers Club is an iconic style with packaging centered around deep gold and green. The products are easily recognizable. They have a Saul Goodman strain, which is exciting, and that is available on MJ delivery, so definitely worth checking out. Again, everybody, that was the rapper weed list that we've got here, so that's super exciting. Up next, kind of to switch directions slightly, Washington State has been dealing with a ton of robberies, you guys. Like, I cannot stress it enough. Washington's rules for cannabis, specifically in regards to security, loitering on properties, weapons, alcohol, all this stuff, right? You guys, at a dispensary in Washington State, security is not allowed to have guns. Nobody, including staff, whether it's a homeless person outside, whatever it is, on the property, no alcohol allowed, no guns allowed. A felony, I believe, to just be on property with those kinds of things. So now these cannabis companies, they hire people, right, to protect them in the form of security, and they're not even able to, because these robbers in Washington are driving through the front door. They're driving through the building. They're cutting in through the ceiling. They're straight up just backing vehicles through windows. It's disgusting. And the fact of the matter is, I have to show some respect to a bud tender who passed away in Tacoma, Washington. All right, you guys got to understand this. A bud tender, a retail staff member, a human, was quite literally shot and killed during a robbery in Tacoma at the World of Weed dispensary. This dispensary is one of the most respected in Washington State. They have won awards. They have award-winning staff. Go look at the reviews. These guys are some of the best of the best. Their team has historically been incredible. And so for me, it's extremely sad to hear about what happened. So I want to give my respects to the family and to the World of Weed team for the loss of their member, their teammate, and their friends. They're someone's son, someone's daughter. I don't know who the human was. And I just got to do. I have to do a call to action. I have to do a call to help. Washington State, you guys need to make changes. It's a cash-only business. It's unsafe. There's no real security at these dispensaries because they're not able to really protect and provide. let's also talk about the lack of police in Washington state at this point. Yes, we know that the Black Lives Matter movement had significant impact on police enforcement. Obviously, no one wanted robberies to happen. Obviously, nobody wanted a human to die from something like this. But the fact remains that if changes aren't made, what we're seeing will continue to happen, and it honestly will probably continue to happen at scale. If the state, if Seattle, if Tacoma, if they cannot make some changes in regards to the cannabis policies that are in place, we will continue to see this kind of horrific behavior, these horrific acts, and we cannot stand for that. So anybody watching this, please, I beg of you, call your local senators, call your local politicians, and let them know about this story. Tell them why it happened. Tell them about the security issues. Tell them about cannabis being cash only. Tell them about the taxing and all the things that go into the culture and the environment that breeds this kind of action. It's a cash business. There's no real security at the end of the day. You come down here to LA, you have former military with weapons on them. Yes, it's a little uncomfortable, but you don't hear about people getting robbed in Los Angeles like that. And this is one of the murder capitals of the world. Unacceptable. Washington, you guys need to make some fucking changes. All right, up next, Vanessa Bryant, Kobe Bryant's wife, reaches a deal with Nike to continue their sneaker partnership. So Kobe Bryant, obviously one of the most respected athletes of all time, a legend. He passed away, in the last 2 years. It's extremely sad what happened. No one still truly understands it to this day. But we have some good news. His legend will still be around in terms of fashion. So it's exciting because the Kobe Bryant estate had originally ended its partnership with Nike in 2021. However, the brand is held dear to many people's hearts. And thankfully, Vanessa Bryant and her team, the Kobe Bryant estate, they were able to come to terms and keep the brand alive and have more products coming. So I just want to do a big thank you to the Kobe Bryant estate, Vanessa Bryant. What you guys mean to the world will always be powerful. It will always have maximum impact. It may not be Kobe Bryant talking about this story anymore, reaching hundreds of millions of people, but the fact remains is that he had such strong impact on the people that knew of Kobe, that Vanessa and his family. That's y'all mean everything to us. So we really appreciate you guys figuring it out with Nike and being able to provide fans with, the merchandise that are going to keep us thinking of Kobe and keep that Mamba mentality around. You guys got to understand, man, kids, adults, people, we wear certain things because it makes us feel good about ourselves. We relate to certain athletes because it makes us feel better about ourselves, because they inspire us. It causes us to think, you know? There's a lot that goes into it, you guys, and it's such an unfortunate time now that people come and go, things come and go, culture come and goes, viral trends come and goes. But one thing that will always remain true is people will always fuck with Kobe Bryant and his mentality, because he breeded winners. His mentality created winners. So just want to say R.I.P. to Kobe, and thank you so much, Vanessa and the Kobe Bryant estate, for doing what it took to have the people still have access to the Nike sneakers. It's a mentality. I'm definitely buying one. So off top, I've never had any of those before. We're gonna transition over to some music news here next, you guys. On this one, we've got some new music released by one of our good friends out of the Seattle market, Ralphie Davis. He is building hype for his upcoming EP, In Me, Not On Me. Also, he dropped some new visuals for a song called Till I Bossed Up. So super dope. We're gonna play the video just briefly for half a second while I roll this up. See if we can get this. Okay. Hey. Always got my own George. I don't feel I did nothing This got a real West Coast vibe to it, you guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He said Palisades where I'm gonna have my B-Day dinner at. Okay, Ralphie, you coming in hot right now, man. This is why I've been fucking with you for a while, man. You guys, you've been on the grind, on the game, putting out some dope music. Make sure y'all tap in, search Ralphie Davis on Spotify, Ralphy. He's one of the few artists that we've been supporting basically since we first started supporting artists. We've been fucking with Ralphie. Works hard, makes quality music, cares a lot about the art, cares a lot about the culture, cares a lot about Seattle community, cares a lot about the Pacific Northwest. So one of the things that I also particularly enjoyed as well is I really liked seeing the fashion, man. You guys didn't see the video. The man was wearing a trapper's like a trapper's sushi streetwear like remade hood like crew neck, bro. That shit was so fresh. I don't even like sushi. I really don't like sushi, which I know is weird because I'm from Seattle, but like for real, that shit he was wearing was super hard. So I fuck with that. Yo, can you toss me a lighter? It's time to smoke this joint, you guys. Woo! Let's go! Joint 30. Good morning, everybody. All right. We got two more. Mike A Million serves up bars with ease in latest visuals released for Nonchalant, presented by Real Clip. We're gonna turn this one on real quick. We're gonna give Mike A Million or Make A Million. We're gonna give Make A Million a quick 30 seconds. Presented by Real Clip. Real Clip does dope videos. The streets took the closest to me. Got a slide of being there. If I let you off the blade, you coming home with all the beers. Well, bitch, nonchalant. She ain't got too many friends. Yeah, I can pour by myself, but it feels better with my twins. Man, I know niggas be at you. Because they don't got a chance. Love make you feel good, but it be fucking on my plate. I like this bitch scream. She ain't fucking on my head. Out the window, on fire at them. Make the niggas dance. Kill a cat. I really got the chance. I ain't looking for no Valentine. I'm looking for some bread. The streets want the nigga hard. Only took my nigga ass. It's a janky situation, but I still feel like I love you. I know that shit ain't good for me, but it feel good when I touch you. On the cheek, I can't seem to get these bitches off of me. You gotta be there for my mental. I lost brothers to the street. Hey, that's a bar. I fuck with the vibe. I fuck with the sample. I fuck with, number one, if you an artist and you just making music, like, I fuck with you. You don't need, like, I don't really care. At this point, like, I don't really care if you make good music anymore because art is so subjective. You just don't necessarily get on our website if it's not dope. But if you make music, I fuck with it. I fuck with the hustle. I fuck with the creativity. I got lots of friends that claim that they make moves and they don't. And so if you're out here producing music, I don't care if it's bad. I don't care if it's good. I just care that you're doing it. So stay on the grind, everybody. It's a never-ending thing. This music grind, and so I just have to recommend that y'all stay the fuck on the path. All right. Up next, we've got Mike Jack 3200 and Mafi D flip Kanye West 2004 for their Fall Down single and music video. So let's hear this. It's a flip to Kanye's Fall Down. So let's see what we got. They're killing it. They're killing it. Killing it. All right, you guys. Drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. We're calling it good right now. They came in with the bars. The beat was hard. I fuck with it. Like, you never know what you're gonna get in terms of local music, but you can trust that Ralphie. You can trust that Mafi D. You can trust that Make a Million came in through. Had some fire. This last gentleman, where was he at? What was his name? Yeah, Make a Million came in killing it. There's a lot of good stuff out there right now, man. Mike Jack 3200 was this last gentleman coming in hot, killing it. You know, Seattle still got a lot of good artists. You know, you can't sleep on the city. So I definitely want to encourage you guys to stay tapped in, yo. Like, for real. You know, Respect My Region. We cover music. We cover cannabis. If you're a new music artist, if you got new music, if you got a show coming up, if you got a tour coming up, if you dropping songs, if you trying to like fucking do a challenge, you want to do freestyles, please hit us up. We do all the content, but only come and hit us up if you're ready to do some dope shit. If the music is trash, if you're whack, we're not interested. We need it to be dope. You gotta kill it. Gotta be fire. Everybody, this was episode 9 of the Morning Joint Podcast. Every Monday from roughly 8:30 to 9:30, we cover cannabis news, music news, psilocybin news. This week, Hannah went first, so I appreciate her for hanging out. She's not coming back on this episode, so without further ado, like, follow, subscribe, engage, share, talk that shit, leave some feedback, and I'll get back to you, and I'll see you all in the next week. I love you guys. LinkedIn, appreciate y'all for the support. YouTube, we're almost to 10K, baby. Let's go! And I'll see you on the next episode.